Hello, fellow translators. Today we have a question that comes up quite often. Can you become a freelance translator without a degree in translation? And to address this once more, I wanted to turn to my nifty PowerPoint so I can show you my PowerPoint skills. So, can you become a freelance translator without a translation degree? Let's get into it. Do you need a translation degree is the name of this section. So, do you need a translation degree in order to be a translator? No. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now, let me get a bit more into detail about this. When I hire translators, there are two aspects that I look at, and there are 2 points that I concentrate on. The first one is the translation abilities and knowledge. So if you have a translation degree, you have this. You know the ins and outs of translations. You know a lot of aspects of translations, things that can pop up, especially with your language combination. And so that's great. You also know a lot of theory and stuff behind it, which is great as well. That's the takeaway for when people have a degree in translation. The other aspect is the specialization abilities or knowledge. So this means that if you're a legal translator, this is your knowledge or your abilities in the law, and or if it's business, in business itself and stuff like that, because this is also just as important and sometimes even more important. So these are the two aspects that I look at when you're hiring. So if you lack in the first aspect and you don't have a degree in translation, then concentrate on your specialization. What's your specialization? Whatever either you have a degree in and or that you have experience in. If you worked as a paralegal, say something along those lines. One of the translators I work with right now, she worked as a paralegal. She still does some legal work, but she worked as a paralegal. She did not get a degree in translation, and she's extremely good at what she does in her legal translation. So this can definitely be an advantage as well. And when you have your CV, and I'm not going to go through in detail, but suffice it to say, in your CV, you should concentrate on these two things, these two abilities, your translation abilities and your abilities in your specialization. People worry about gaps in the resume. When you're a freelancer, you do not need to worry about gaps in your resume. So take out all the fluff and anything else that does not pertain to these two things: translation abilities, specialization abilities. By the way, and when you're dealing with a specialization, if you did something in both languages, definitely mention that. So if you have no translation degree, concentrate on your specializations. Whether you studied the law or business or whatever your specialization is, marketing, this, that, and the other, any practical knowledge you have of it, and whatever you have in both languages, especially if you dealt with stuff in both languages, you definitely want to mention that. And by the way, one thing I've noticed is that if you have a translation degree, you already basically have a portfolio of translation that you can use. And this is always very useful. But if you don't have a translation degree and you just have a specialization, very often you don't have a portfolio. Well, this is actually a blessing in disguise, because what you need to work on, to better yourself, to improve yourself, is the translation aspect. So take some Creative Commons texts, take some volunteer translations, stuff like that, and do those translations, because this kills two birds with one stone. It gives you the experience that you need. It also helps to supply you with your portfolio, and so you might as well do that. Now, whether you have a translation degree or not, in any case, you need to concentrate on the freelancing aspect. This is something that they don't teach in school, unfortunately, and unless you worked as a freelancer for something else, this is the freelancing entrepreneurial aspect, being your own company and your own boss. So your own marketing and sales, being your own boss, as in, telling yourself what work you need to do and to go ahead and do it even if you don't like it, keeping the accounts, the taxes, admin stuff, maintaining the quality and rapport with your clients, and with colleagues and other translators and stuff like that, because this is something that you really need to keep doing. And chances are, if you worked for a company even, these aren't things you have to worry about too much. You kind of have to worry about making your boss happy or, hang around colleagues, but you don't have to worry about your reputation out there in the world as much. And it's a very different mentality. So you definitely need to concentrate on this no matter what. And that's basically it. I hope you found this useful. I just wanted to do kind of a quick video of translation degrees and whether you need them and how to deal with the lack of a translation degree if you want to get ahead as a freelance translator. And as I mentioned, I work with plenty of people who don't have a degree in translation. But it is definitely something that I keep in mind. I keep in mind if their experiences with translation or with their specialization, and I kind of handle it accordingly. And so just bear that in mind when you're being hired by other either agencies or end clients and stuff like that. Bear in mind what you want to concentrate on in terms of strength in your CV or your cover letter, but also what you need to work on yourself and you need to improve on yourself. So, yeah, hopefully you found it useful, and I'll talk to you next time. If you did find this useful, then I would appreciate it if you click like and subscribe and shared it with your friends and your enemies and stuff like that. But otherwise, I will see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savedum.